Hey everyone! So today we're diving into one of the biggest names shaking up the AI space, Claude. You've probably heard of it, and for good reason. It's shaping up to be a really powerful and, well, thoughtful alternative to the AI that, let's be honest, has pretty much owned the conversation up until now. So let me ask you this. What if an AI could gobble up an entire book? I'm talking a 500-page novel or a super dense research paper, and then just sit down and have a really detailed chat with you about it, all in one shot. Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, that's not some far-off dream. That's actually the core promise of Claude. All right, so our first section is Beyond the Familiar AI. To really get why Claude is such a big deal, we've got to set the stage, right? We have to look at the world it's walking into, a world that's been run by one giant name for a while now. I mean, let's be real. For most of us, when you say AI chat or AI assistant, one name just pops into your head, right? ChatGPT. It basically created the category for the mainstream. It set the bar, and it's been the benchmark that everything else is measured against. But that's starting to change. A new challenger is stepping into the ring, and it's offering a totally different approach. This isn't just another knockoff. We're talking about an alternative that was built with a completely different mindset, and, as we're about to see, some seriously unique powers. Okay, Section 2. Meet Claude, the alternative. So yeah, let's get a proper introduction to this challenger, to Claude, and the really interesting folks who built it. So who is behind Claude? Well, it's made by a company called Anthropic. And here's the kicker. Anthropic was founded by people who used to be senior researchers at OpenAI. Yep, the same company that makes ChatGPT. They basically left with this very specific mission in mind. They wanted to build an AI assistant that was more thoughtful, more honest, and just fundamentally harmless from the ground up. Next up, let's talk about Claude's unique superpowers. So, all this talk about a different mission. What does that actually look like in practice? What are the superpowers that make Claude, Claude? This is where things get really, really cool. Let's just start with this number, 200,000. Just let that sink in. This number, it's probably Claude's single biggest claim to fame. It's the key to its most incredible ability. So what on earth does it mean? Okay, so that 200,000, that's its token limit, or what we call its context window. And to put that in simple terms, it means it can handle the equivalent of a 500-page book in one conversation. It can read it, remember it, and talk to you about it. For anyone who works with long documents, this is an absolute game changer. But Claude's superpower isn't just about its massive memory. It's also about its personality. It's built on this really fascinating idea called constitutional AI. Think of it like this. Instead of just teaching a kid a long list of things not to do, you teach them a set of core principles, like be kind or be honest. That's what they did with Claude. It has a built-in constitution that guides it to be helpful and harmless, not just to avoid bad stuff. All this leads to a perfect analogy. The best way to think about them is like two different colleagues at work. You've got ChatGPT, who is that super quick, super confident colleague. They've always got an answer, they're incredibly productive, but sometimes they kind of shoot from the hip. Then you've got Claude. Claude is the thoughtful, methodical one, the one who reads the entire document before the meeting, takes a quiet moment to consider things, and isn't afraid to say, I'm not totally sure about that. All right, new section, when to choose Claude. Okay, so we've got this thoughtful, super reader AI. So what? What does that mean for you? When should you actually reach for Claude to get your work done? This is where Claude absolutely shines. If you're dealing with anything long, I'm talking legal documents, massive code bases, dense reports, Claude is your go-to. It's also perfect for those tasks where you need a really thoughtful, nuanced response, not just a quick answer. Basically, anytime accuracy and honesty are more important than just raw speed, that's Claude's home turf. But look, it's not the silver bullet for every single problem. You should probably consider something else if you need up-to-the-minute real-time info, like what's happening in the news right now. Claude has a knowledge cutoff date, same as other AIs. It also doesn't have that huge library of plugins and external tools that ChatGPT has built up. And hey, if you just need a quick, simple answer and speed is all that matters, another tool might just be a better fit. Okay, let's do a quick tail of the tape, a head-to-head comparison. When it comes to that massive context window, Claude is the undisputed champ. 200K tokens versus 128K. So for analyzing long stuff, Claude wins. But for general all-purpose tasks, ChatGPT with all its features probably takes the crown. And their personalities really line up with that, right? Claude is the thoughtful, cautious one, while ChatGPT is more confident and creative. All right, final section, why this competition matters. So we've got these two heavyweights with different strengths. But the real story here isn't about which one is better or who's going to win. It's about why having this choice, why this competition is so incredibly important for all of us. It really boils down to this. This rivalry between Anthropic and OpenAI is just great news for everyone who uses the stuff. It forces both companies to get better, to innovate faster, to improve their AIs. It pushes the whole field forward. And that means we all get better, smarter, and safer tools to work with. And this quote really nails it. It's not about picking a team anymore, Team Claude or Team ChatGPT. The reality is that a lot of pros, the real power users, are actually paying for both. They're treating them like different tools in a toolbox. You don't use a hammer for a screw, right? You use the right tool for the right job. And that really brings us back to that first analogy and the final question for you. Think about your work, your team, your own projects. Which AI colleague do you need more often? Do you need that fast-moving, creative ideas person? Or do you need the thoughtful, deep-diving analyst? Or maybe the real answer is you need both.